Hello everyone, welcome to White Rose Wednesday. I am your host, Shonna from Fraps and Scraps, and I am on the design team for White Rose Crafts. I'm gonna tag some friends here. I will go through and tag as many as it'll let me tag here. As you guys are getting here, say hello, let me know that you're here. All right, I think that is all it will let me do. There's some friends. Hello, Christine and Marilyn and Sharon and Deborah. We are going to hopefully finish up our junk journal today. Look how awesome it is. It's getting to be a little bit gatory. Hi, Kathy. So what I have done to prep here for today is I have cut out some papers of different sizes. I used some 12 by 12 cardstock and just cut it down to like 3 by 4 and I think this one is like 4 by 6 and then 2 by 3. So just some different rectangles and different sizes and shapes, and I did that in 2 colors. And we're going to make some tags and journal cards using some stencils today. And this is a really great way, once you're getting close to the finish of your book, to kind of use up some scraps and fill in some of those pockets. Hi, Mary. Hello, hello, hello. And super excited to tell you guys today, as soon as Kay gets here, she's got all the links and is all good. We've got a discount code for you today. There we go. There's White Rose Crafts. Hello, hello. So stencils are on sale, guys, and there's a code for the stencils. It's stencil 15, all one word, stencil 15. And you can get a discount at the White Rose Crafts website on stencils. Hi, Linda. Awesome. Yeah, I saw her. So Kay's in the house. Yay. Hello, Kim. Hello, everybody. Another White Rose Wednesday. I'm so excited. Okay, so one thing we can do to start off is just kind of briefly go through our book. I didn't really count how many pockets that I have. I just took a piece of 12 by 12 paper and cut these down. And then this black paper that I had was an 8.5 by 11. And again, I just kind of made some random sizes. So I can turn them into tags or little journaling cards or even ticket shapes, just depending on what I'm feeling. Hi, Sherry. So we have all kinds of, I just love this Nuvo drops on the clocks. Look how amazing that is. It's got some really fun texture too. I just love touching it, and this mulberry paper is so great. Okay, moving on. Shonna's a paper nerd. For sure, that's been established. Okay, so I did add this little wooden accent that we were talking about before, and you can find these on the White Rose Crafts website as well. I put some of the bundled sage distress oxide ink that came in the kit over that, just to kind of dye the color. And then that shiny bit that you're seeing in there is Nuvo drops. So I just squirted the Nuvo drops right along in there, and I thought I had them out. Oh, here we go. So the one that I used was the jewel drops, and these are available on the website as well. So you can use these to add dimension and gloss and different bits of interest into accent, but you can also use it. I kind of was hoping it would look almost like it was kind of resin filled or something, and it kind of does. So I just poured that in there and let it dry overnight, And I really love the look and how it turned out. You probably could even sprinkle like some glitter or some little confetti bits or something in there. And I thought it was a really great way to use some of these little wooden accents. So once your book gets to this stage and you just are kind of doing these finishing touches, these are the types of things that you can add. You can add these amazing little buckles. This one, yeah, with ribbon, buckles with ribbon, and then some cute little charms. I love these little charms. So we're going to do a little bit of that today too. And of course some stenciling. So like I said, I didn't go through and count how many pockets that I have, but I will just make a bunch of tags and we'll fill them in. And then you can also, hi Ursula, thank you so much. You can also use your stencil on the pages that you didn't put anything on. So this one is a journaling page, so it's got the lined paper, but you can still use your stencil here and it doesn't disrupt the journaling and it still gives you a nice look and tie into your book. So you can splatter with ink and leave it like that. You can stencil, so many things you can do. And it's just amazing. So we've got some more pockets here. And let's see, got some pockets on this one, and this one dried here. I put the Nuvo drops on top of that one, and I love this kind of rustic look that we got using this piece of the Stamperia rice paper. And then this is our little flip out. And lots of journaling space on the back of that one. I guess I should show that too. So you could stencil back here as well if you wanted to. Hi Grace, welcome. Okay, so we've got I did some more stenciling here on this journaling page. And then on this one, I got a little creative and I didn't do this with you guys and I'm so sorry, but sometimes it takes me a while to do detailed and delicate things. But I did use a piece of chain here with some eyelets and a couple of gears and just kind of tied in this steampunk vibe here. I might try to do a video on how I did this. I did it with a subscription group so I could just take my time and play along. But really it's just some jump rings through these eyelets and I put some chain and then some gears just to kind of keep up with this steampunk feel. And you don't have to do any of that if you don't want to. It adds a lot of bulk and chunk, and this one I made with some fabric pieces that I have, so and a little bit of stenciling in the back. So we are going to use some stencils today. I love how the stencil, this is an all and create stencil, and it is available on the White Rose Crafts website, so we're going to continue playing with that. And we're going to make some of these tags, and then we're going to fill in some of these pockets, and that will just about finish up this journal, which is amazing. Love it. Oop, did I leave one in there? Let's see. Yep, okay. Oh, thank you, Missy. Yeah, I've had so much fun making this book. It's really easy to make beautiful things when you start with beautiful products. That's always what I say. Now I have a piece of paper I wanted to go here. This is one of my last papers from this scrapberry pack that I have this big size. So I'm going to go ahead and put in here. And I think I want to make it a top tuck so we can, maybe we can make it a side tuck and put a journaling card in there. Let's do that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. We will get gluing. So usually I like to take a couple flip throughs of my journals, make sure everything is secured and glued down and covered the way that I want to. Sometimes I will save a piece of an area or something to cover for later. So I just make sure that I hit all of those things and have everything covered the way that I want it. And then I go through and start filling pockets. And you can do that along the way. You can do it, as you go, or you can save it all towards the end. I sometimes will save it towards the end because at the end you will have all kinds of scraps. And that is a really good time to use those scraps. Okay, I'm gonna press this one in here. There's some links. Kay's giving you guys some links for the All and Create stencil. I absolutely love this stencil. It's so much fun. So you've got the gears, you've got the numbers, and you've got some little, it almost reminds me of the little piece inside the light bulb. So this one's perfect for this book. It kind of adds to the mechanical feel of all of these papers that we got from Scrapberry. Okay. And I haven't tried stenciling on here, but I'm sure you probably could. I just really love this copper look. It feels so good. That paper just is nice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set that aside for right this second. Now I have a punch that makes all of my tag shapes at the top, and I really love that. But you can use a die cut. You can use a corner punch. You can use just your scissors and cut off the corners. There's so many different ways to make tags with no worries. I also have these. This one's just by Crocodile, and it makes a ticket style shape on one of these. No, not this one. This one is a corner rounder. So you can round the corners too if you just want to. This one. This is the one that makes like a little ticket stub. So some of these bigger cards that I cut, I like to do that. So just turn them into a little ticket here. What am I seeing here? You can stencil on the Patellix cardstock, but it needs a little longer to dry. Yes, the mica in the cardstock is the reason. Yeah, for sure, I could feel that. It almost has like, I think whatever makes it, the mica, I think is what you're saying, the whatever makes it the coppery look, the metallic, so the mica, yeah. Okay, so I'll just punch a couple of these into some ticket looking shapes, and then you can corner round some of them. So corner rounding, you can use any corner rounder that you have. And this just makes them look, you know, a little more finished or whatever. Sometimes I like the just rectangular roughness of it too. Hello, Linda. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us today. This book has been so much fun to make. I've got some really fun projects coming up. Kay and I had a chat yesterday, and I'm so excited for April and May. Can't even believe that it's almost April and May, but it's going to be so much fun. Okay, so a couple of those you can see, and like I said, I don't really have any rhyme or reason when I play with these. I just kind of pull them out, and then I, you know, use the punches that you have. If you don't have any, that's okay too. Let me show you how you can easily make some tags. I like to, there's a couple ways to do this. I like to just fold mine like this, but don't crease it, just kind of fold it. And then you just take your little scissors and just cut a little piece out, and look, we've got our tag right there. You can punch a hole. Good to go right there. I know some people do one triangle here and then they hold it over and trace the other one, but I just like to do two at once. Then I know they're even and good to go. Oh, nope. Sorry guys, dog is barking. I think she hears my daughter. Okay. And then I've got this punch here that just makes a tag topper out of my scraps. So it's always fun to use, especially at the end. Just turns them right into tags. And that is so, so nice. I resisted getting one of these for like the longest time, and I wish I would have done it sooner because it has been wonderful. Takes all these little scraps and turns them quickly into tags without having to have a die cut machine or get out a bunch of stuff. Can just make them quickly, which is nice. Now this color is a little bit darker than the one I was initially using, and that's okay, just kind of gives a little variation. No laundry today. I don't know what she's protecting me from. She's laying back in her bed now, so my daughter's in there sewing away, so maybe she hears some of the sewing noises, I don't know. Okay. All right, so stenciling. I am a messy stenciler, so I always have some kind of a wet wipe around. I'm a messy inker. I'm kind of just a messy crafter, guys. So you can also do this with your pattern papers too. You can make some tags or whatever you have left over. Oh, yeah. You know, Jimmy Lou, the ones that I got at Hobby Lobby, and they only ever have one, like, and that's lucky to find it, the Tag Punch. But I know that they are available on Amazon, and there's three of them that I've seen, yes, and I haven't seen a fourth one, but I definitely need to get some more because I use them a lot. So, okay, so you can see we've got all this tag fun and goodness here. I'm going to start with the white just because it's easier. It is a little more messy to clean up the white because I'm going to use a pigment ink just because that is the white that I have. Now there are ink pads available on the White Rose Crafts website as well. So if you need inks, definitely check those out. There's some bundles of the distress oxides and so forth, so definitely look over there. Now when I stencil, I don't tape mine down. I know some people do, and that's okay. If you feel like you need help holding it wherever it is, you can definitely do that. I also like to use a brush for stenciling, but you can use the daubers, and even one of the little finger daubers comes in the junk journal kit here. So you can even use like a little makeup brush, any of those things. So then, you know, there's really no rhyme or reason. You can fit this however you like. I kind of like it this way here. You can, you know, put it up here. You can turn it this way. You can turn it however you like and get whatever pieces you want to feature on your little card. Then I usually just kind of hold mine and dip my brush into the ink and start brushing away. Oops, that moved a little bit. So I'll just hold it here a little, try to hold it a little better. And we just have fun brushing. And then you can also spray through your stencils. I love to do that. It gives you some extra color. I think I moved this one. Wow, I said I didn't need much help holding it, but maybe I should have. So let's try it again on the other side. I kind of got a little aggressive with my brushing, I think. All right, so that's just a warm-up one. Test run, here we go. Okay, there we go. That looks a lot better. Look how cool that looks. And I even got some little ink splatters. I love that. Okay. So now that you can see where it's at, you can also put this back on here. And then we did get that bundled sage oxide ink. And you can use an acrylic block, put a little bit of your oxide ink on there and make some extra splatters. You can also use the sprays, the oxide sprays or stain sprays. Lots of fun can be had here. Let's see. I like to use a little fan brush and some water. Okay, so we're going to spray this water onto our ink on the acrylic block here. Hopefully you guys can see. And with our stencil still on there, we just kind of dip this in here and just kind of splatter around. Now this one might be a little harder to see because it is on the black paper, but hopefully we'll get some on here too. You can also just kind of do like this and get some good splatters going. All right, let's see. Yeah, really hard to see because it's on the black, but we'll do some more. So basically, this is just kind of a fun play. You can, you know, do your stenciling. You can try lots of inking. You can even use texture paste over these. So, and then here, like, you know, you might just do a little piece so that way there is some room to write or put a sentiment or whatever you want to do. So you can get so many looks from the same stencil. And that's what I love about stencils and tools. They are just such a good investment because you can keep using them again and again and get lots of different looks and have so much fun. There we go. We'll just do a little bit on that one. Look how fun that is. So this is a pigment ink. It's kind of leaving these little like globs from my brush, but I'm kind of okay with that. Oh, good. You ladies are receiving the kit. She was asking me yesterday. So yes, good. I'm glad you guys are getting the kit. You can also take your brush here and just continue inking around if you want to have some more of this ink all around the tag. And then usually when I have tags, I'll put some eyelets in there. We can put some charms on here. So we're just going to let some of these dry. And you can do the other sides as well. Do the back side. Can do more or less of this if you want. And as this starts to get used, I think I'm getting some ink on the back side of the stencil too, so that's kind of leaving some little clumps. If you don't like that, just kind of wipe your stencil off in between. Don't be as messy as me. All right, I'll just lift this guy right off there. I love that. Super fun. We got some numbers. Oh, and a fingerprint. That's extra. Some personalization there. Hi, Macy. I'm not sure if this kit is available anymore. They might be sold out. At last I knew they had one. But there is some more kits that will be coming up. So definitely stay tuned. And it's great that you're here in the gallery group because Kay said the information on the pre-orders will be posted in here first. So it is super great to be in the know. Okay, so I want to do kind of this part here, I think. And see how you just can move the stencil all around. Oops, maybe too much. A little piece of washi on here, you guys, will help you keep it in place. I don't know if it's too lazy or too stubborn. I don't know. I just never have used that on here to do that. But ooh, I love that piece. Look at that one. So we got this fun little splatter. Love it. Okay. And you can use these as tuck spots to fill in some blank pages on your in your book as well. If maybe you ran out of your 6x6 paper or whatever, you can just use a little bit of a stencil and get going. Okay, so let's do some of the turquoise ones. I'm gonna wipe this off just a little bit. Stencils are pretty easy care as well, depending on the medium that you're using with them. So you just, I've got just a baby wipe here, and my baby wipes are for sensitive skin, so there's no alcohol or any of those extra harsh things in there. It's just mostly water. You just kind of wipe them off, and the sooner you do this, the better, because then it doesn't have the chance to dry, and you can just clean it up really easy. When you are rubbing on here, though, you want to make sure you're pretty careful not to pull on any of these little details. Otherwise, it will, could break your stencil, and then that would be sad. So just be delicate when you're rubbing there. I mean, not too delicate. They're pretty sturdy, but you don't want to be rough with them either. So, okay, especially when you're using texture paste, I find that is usually the time when I have to be extra careful. Okay, so on the black, we could do some white splattering. That would be really fun. This one just kind of happened on accident, but it does look really cool. Let's see. Set these aside over here. And so this one is just some turquoise, and I'm going to use some Rusty Hinge Distress Oxide ink. And then we'll see how this one looks. And I'm going to brush this off just to get some white off. Now, I know some people buy brushes and they have one for every color, and you can definitely do that if you want to. I just usually rub mine off and keep going. Okay. So this rusty hinge has quite a bit of an orange tinge to it. You can use any color that you like. And it might be activated right now because I had some wetness or water on my brush, and Distress Oxide ink is activated with water. So we might be getting some fun color here. And maybe even still a little bit of the white pigment ink in the brush. So I might get a good variety of whatever happens here. And usually I'm okay with that. I just kind of roll with it and see what I get. So you'll also want to make sure you have some kind of a surface that you can clean up easily afterwards. I have some cardstock down here, so because sometimes I roll over the edge while I'm putting the stencil on. Want some easy cleanup. All right, let's see how that looks. That's fun. So we've got, it's a little hard to see the design over here, but it's still pretty cool. I love it. I love the numbers and the gears coming through. So lots of fun there. And let's do some of these smaller tags. This is such a fun stencil. I had so much fun putting it in the book. On all of those pages that just needed a little something extra. And it's really neat too because it doesn't interfere with any of the journaling or anything that you might want to also do on the page. Oh yeah, I like that one too. Now you could also use some embossing ink and brush, put your embossing ink over here and then pour embossing powder. Once you lift the stencil off, pour embossing powder and then emboss. So you could emboss with the shape too. So many fun things you can do with stencils. I know some people also have a clean it journal, and they'll put their stencils in that book and kind of press them onto the paper. And how dare your work schedule call? Yes, Shonna's on. Love that. You can press your stencils into those papers and you can get some kind of, this is one I did. I was trying to clean up my stencil and I just kind of pressed it here and I got a really fun impression. Not the stencil, but yeah, super great. So. Sorry, Ashley. The good news is, ladies, you can always catch the replay. Yes. Hey, there's my friend TC. Hey, lady, hey. So you can see on this darker color, it is a little bit more difficult to see, but let's see. I did some other ones, and these ones are splattered with some of the sage, the bundled sage here. And I think I just used Vintage Photo. So, you can change it up and get some different looks. And maybe we should have started with this one and then went to the black, because the black with the white is really crisp and clear to see. But, if you do darker ink, you can get better impressions or more visible impressions. Not necessarily better ones, but just different pieces. This is all from the same stencil. And some of these I tore the paper and inked the edges. Oh. Thanks, TC, for pouring the coffee. I don't know if it will work because this is a private group, but this group is free. So if you ladies know other crafty friends that might enjoy these products and these live demos, definitely invite them here. It is free to join, and the more the merrier. We have a great time here. And we talk about all kinds of things. So let's look at, since I got all this ink out here, let's look at some more of these, these fun wooden pieces. Kay sent me a variety, and I know there was some in the junk journal kit. So let's just look at those. And I love these. They're just so much fun. You can use them kind of as charms, or like I did that clock one, I kind of turned that one into just a fun little resin center. So you have all of these that come in your kit, and you can color them with ink. You can spray them with some of the ink sprays. You can leave them wooden too. They look really nice just as they are. You can paint them with paint. Use some stickles on them or Nuvo drops on them. Yes, multitasking. Love the color. Oh, good, good, good. Yes. Ocean book. That would be pretty. Yeah, very fun. This color, I kind of played on the color of the Stamperia rice paper. I just kind of went with those browns and turquoises and oranges, and I'm just having a great time with these colors. So, okay, so let me show you guys. I used the bundled sage on here. When I did the clock one, I just poured bundled sage onto my acrylic block. You can use any little paint palette that you have. Yes, I'm so excited. So excited for the upcoming collections that are going to be at the mailman. Just can't bring them here soon enough. I will be stocking the mail for sure. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. And we're going to have a fun new book in April that we'll be working on, and a fun new book in May. So that means next week we have to finish up my Notre V book. So we're finishing this book today, and then we're going to try and finish the Notre V book too. I think I really like this one, and I like the key and the lock. So I'm just going to go ahead and touch these with some of this ink. Maybe the fan brush isn't the best way to do this, but I already have it dipped in the ink, so I'm just going to go ahead and use what I've got out here. And you can see, you really can just use what you have. Okay, so now, you know, you don't have to do these all solid colors. You can kind of do them whatever you want. You don't have to paint them. You don't have to ink them. You can leave them. Going to add some colors. Now, oxide ink works best when it's activated with water, which is what you can kind of see the oxidizing in there. See how it's turning all white around the edges? Ooh, they're going to have some beach stuff coming out. I'm going to need to check on that. I don't have anything planned after May, so... All right, and then usually when I have ink on my thing, I like to do some splatters somewhere so that I don't waste the ink. You can see the splatters is definitely showing up much better here now on this paper. And when you're splattering, be warned, because it does just kind of go a little bit of everywhere. Even if you think you are a controlled splatterer, it gets everywhere. Ashley can't keep a secret. Oh, that's all right. We like the inside scoop. Spill it, Ashley. Spill it. Okay, so then I'm just going to spritz these pieces just a little bit, because all the fun of oxide happens once you get them wet. So I don't know if we'll get some splattery looks on here or not, but it's worth a try and something to have some fun. You can also kind of dab them with a dry towel and get some of the color to come off in some spots and dots and whatever, and that's kind of fun too. And then I'm going to use some of this rusty hinge and kind of make them look a little rusted up, maybe, I don't know, or just maybe a little accented here. And then we'll find some places to put these in the book. I like to use hot glue with mine, but you can use any glue that you have. That's a liquid. I don't know that I would use a tape runner for these because they are a little bulky, and they need some kind of a glue to hang on to them. I know, I'm super excited too. I got off the phone and was like, yeah. My daughter's like, what's your problem? I'm like, I'm getting some really beautiful paper. She's like, really? I'm like, yes. Got some fun projects planned. Love it. Okay, so you can also just ink dab these too, like this rusty hinge color would be beautiful for this birdhouse. You can just kind of accent it, or you can color the whole thing. I love these wood pieces. They just really absorb the ink and paint very nicely. And they also look beautiful on their own too, so if you don't want to color them, you don't have to. So you can see we've got Just this one's colored here and this one's plain here. So just a little accent or none. You can even accent these with markers. So just about any medium will play well with these. All right, now I've made a good mess here. It's kind of my job, that's what I do. And don't forget our fun little stamps. We can use this in our ink too and put some of this on our tags. So we can just dip this right in our little leftovers here and stamp some more things on here. And it's not showing up really well, but it will show that there's something there. So you can kind of see it's just pouncing on the ink there. Okay, so let's go ahead and I should keep a little bowl of water here, but I'd probably spill it. So, geez, can't take me anywhere. Okay. So let's go ahead and start looking at some of the places we can put our fun tags and even our little wooden pieces. I'm going to turn the glue gun on because if I find a good spot, I want to put it in there. You can also dangle these. So if you have some jump rings, you can dangle them. All kinds of fun ways to use these little pieces, and I just love them so, so much. Try and put these ones away so I don't lose them. And these make for really cute little accent pieces too. If you're trying to find something else to accent what you've already got going on your cover maybe. Okay, so this stuff is in my way. Like this little piece here, or even any of these really could go on our cover to kind of accent away here. There is another kit ready for going out to. Beautiful, you'd say. Hint, it's part of my NK's favorite part of the day. Awesome. So, you know, you could add these little pieces here to just kind of accent what we've already got going on. You can use this little frame to go over one of those little spokes. Ooh, I think I actually kind of like that a lot. Or you can find places inside the book to put these. You can dangle them off of your tags. All kinds of great things to do with those. And then I also have the metal charms too. Okay, so some of these tags I did already make, and I put my eyelets in there. I like to put eyelets on most of my tags because I feel like it reinforces the whole and just adds a little extra bling and color. All the good stuff. Okay. So we're just going to go through and have a play on where to put some of this stuff that we've got going here. And where did my little ink dabber go? That is for brown. Oh boy. Oh, I put it back. I put it away. That's why I can't find it. Jeez Louise. So I like to put a little ink on the edges of some of these that are plain. Now these are good tucked in as journaling cards. This is textured cardstock, so it might be a little more difficult to journal on, but you could put some sentiments, you could put some photos, any of those things. Ooh, somebody's going to Hobby Lobby. Don't forget, these stencils are on sale on the White Rose Crafts website. Use the code STENCIL15. Ooh. Ursula's trying to work out a deal. All right, so let's see. Does this one I think fits pretty good in here. So you just kind of, you know, figure out what you want where and how you want it to go, because they can go sideways like this. And I love the little spot of color showing here. This is cool. So my daughter's been sewing away and she's making some fun colors. These are so cute. I'll give you guys a peek. Super fun. She's making dog collars and cat collars. Ooh, coffee time. I'm always up for coffee time. Yes. Coffee time is good. Okay, so you can see, again, I have this one little clock one here. And I did put the Nuvo drops in there to kind of give it that fun little resin look. You can put these in here, and I love this because then we have the different colors. This one's a little bit wide for where it's trying to go. Is this one thinner? And where did I set the black ones that I did? Oh my goodness, guys. Oh, there they are. Okay, so let's see. Let's try this. See what this looks like in here. You can turn them so you can see different things. That one's still a little bit too wide too. Oh, here's one. Let's do this one. Maybe this one will fit in here. There we go. Perfect. You wish you could put a sneak peeks in here, but the comment section, yeah, I know it won't let you put any photos when you're commenting. That's such a bummer. Okay, so let's see. This one needs a little something in there, so let's see if we can put this little... No, I think I'm going to go with a tag in there. So I've got some of these that I haven't actually stenciled or anything on yet, and I think I'm just going to put this one in here. Very fun. Okay. And you can stencil on anything. You can stencil over these pattern papers. You can stencil on your index cards. You know, just anywhere that you feel you need a little accent of something. You can stencil. Let's see. I think this one is like a perfect card for right here. And you can add more than one if you like. You can add a ticket and a tag. They both fit in there just nicely. Ooh, or we could do one of the darker ones. Could do this a little darker. Have a little extra contrast. That's nice. I like that. You do not like coffee? Oh no. Tea. Kay likes tea. Yes. Tea snob from time spent in Europe. Oh. Very cool. I'm just learning to like tea. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. All right, let's find something to go in this pocket. I think this one fits in here just well. So you can see if you make different links, like this one is kind of a shorter one. It's nice because it fits all into your pockets. And this one needs a little something in here. Oh, and we need to glue something here. So maybe one of those little pieces like this would fit here. That would be kind of fun. Too late, you're already friends. That's cute, guys. Okay, so this one I did stencil here. I don't know. We could put this here and make it a pocket. This is already a pocket here, but it's kind of in the crease, and I have it open at the top here to put something in. So let's see. Got just a piece of black that's bigger. And then that's kind of black there. Is this one too? That one's kind of too thin. let's do this. I'm gonna put this one here and I might just tear it and then we'll put some turquoise, and then I have one of these pieces of the paper from Scrapberry's paper collection here we can put on. Whenever I am making a journal, I like to do my best to use everything. Try and get everything into the book. And I mean, it's okay if you don't. You don't want to overcrowd your book or whatever, but I mean, as far as like a 6x6 paper pad goes, it's easy to use one in a whole book. Especially with 2 signatures. You can just be good to go. Okay, so I kind of like that. I think I'm going to turn it this way though, so that the overhang is over here. Yep, I like that. And we'll just glue this right on. Oh, yes, seriously caffeinated card making. Ooh. I love all the little coffee things too. I have a very eclectic style when it comes to paper crafting. Yes, I love that Coffee Lovers kit. I've pondered it a couple of times. Yeah, the coffee paper is so cute. So many fun things, guys. So many fun things. So Kay was like, what do you want your project to be in April and May? And I kind of knew already, but I was like, oh, that means I'm locking it in. Locking it in. That's all right, though, because the papers really, I'm just smitten. They are amazing. Okay, so we're going to put a little tag in this pocket. And that kind of sticks out now. I don't know if I like this, so we're just going to tear this back. Kind of interferes with my tag. And it ripped the envelope a little bit, but that's okay. See, here we don't have too many. Well, I mean, I guess that's not true. We don't have like Dunkin's, and we don't have, what's that Hortons, Tim Hortons. We don't have that here. We just mostly have Starbucks in Washington, or privately owned places, and some of those are really good too. Okay, so there's a tag in there. I kind of had to hide it away a little bit because otherwise it kind of tucks there. So on this part, we can make a little belly band because I've got a little piece of this paper left here. So I'm going to go ahead and tear this down and tear this one down. And we'll put a little spot of some ink over here on these edges. You guys had me thinking about tea. I said a little spot of ink. Yes, so we do try to support our smaller businesses around here. There's a couple of local coffee stands I do really enjoy, but I guess we also have Dutch Brothers, but not in my local area. You have to go south quite a ways to get to that. Okay, so I just put some hot glue on the ends there, and we're going to glue this down one stripe on either end, and that gives us our little belly band. And we can put a fun tag in here, just like so. And we can use one of our little wooden pieces on this little belly band. I've got this fun little label I'm going to put on there. You won't really be able to read it, but it just will add some interest. Yeah, super easy. You can sew them, you can glue them. I just used some hot glue right there because I wanted it to dry super fast. But you can use regular wet glue and just put it here. Sometimes when I do wet glue on these belly bands, I'll put some little clips while they're drying, just to let it dry there. Now listen, all this stuff's trying to roll off my space here. So we could put this little lock and key here like this. Don't want to make it too bulky though, because it's got to close, but I think that actually is really cute and that would be perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and just use a little hot glue, and that keyhole is another little opening, so I probably will put some Nuvo drops down in there just to make it fun. I really loved how that looked. Again, these will glue on with your tacky glue and your liquid glues, art glitter glue, whatever you like to use. I'm just using hot glue because that's what I like to use, and it dries really quickly for me while I'm on the live. So, okay, I love that. That's so cute. Just a little accent there. And then our tag comes in and out here. So just a really fun way to add some extra pieces, and then those will go right down in there. And you can see it does add a little bit of bulk, a little bit, not a lot. Yes, I love using the Nuvo drops. The only thing I do when I'm using the Nuvo drops is that sometimes it takes me a while to get through the whole book, because usually when I'm done crafting, I will do one area. Like when I'm done today, I'll probably put some Nuvo drops in here and in here in these little keyholes, and then I'll just leave it there because I'm done for the day and let it dry. I don't like to use the heat tools with it because sometimes it makes it bubble. But if you need it to dry faster than leaving it overnight, you definitely can use a heat tool. Oh yes, some bronze colored brads. Yes, I love to use brads. Any brads or metals are super fun to add, especially if you've got the steampunk style. So you could put brads in your tags. You could even use a brad right here and let it swing like this. That would be really fun. Kind of make it like a little mechanical piece. Super great. All right, so let's see. Over here, we can slide this little piece right in there. And actually, if I have the darker one, maybe I will want to do that because it will kind of pop out just a little better. Yeah, I think that's great. And then something right there. I've got a black one with a blue brad over here, or not brad, eyelet. Now these little wooden charms too, you can use the wooden charms or the metal charms to make dangles on your books. So some book jewelry, like on the spine or anywhere else. I love this guy. This guy's so cool. And this one is kind of wrapped up here. I didn't put anything inside, but you could put like a little tag in here. Maybe we don't want a black one. Maybe we want one of these. You could just let it hang out here and wrap up right there and just kind of be held in by the paper. You could put a paper clip. You could brad it in there. You could, you know, make a little pocket. All of those things are great. And then where we've got our little clips here, you can clip on extra things. This one is actually a pocket, so we can put our little ticket in there, and whatever else that we want. Maybe we could put this guy here on our little paper clip. And then on the back, there is still some room. We could put another ticket there. Just add some fun layering. And let's see. Am I running out of tags? This one goes upside down, but it will still hold a tag in here. So we'll just put a little tag in there. And make sure that we've got everything here all completed. Oh gosh, you used an awl to make a hole. Yep. Yep. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. All right, and so then these larger ones you can just clip onto the pages here like this. You can fill them in pockets, like on some of these pages here that don't have anything either. We could actually glue it on and make another pocket. So, and I just love how the stenciling just adds a little extra. So this can go right into the pocket there, and then we can see those numbers right along the side, and I love that. And we could actually put a little something even behind it so that it pops out from the page just a little bit more. And then over here we made this one a pocket, so we want to put something in there, and we've got one more thing over there. So you can quickly see that you know, it's really easy to fill pockets. You almost can't make enough tags and things to go into these pockets. Super fun. Okay, so that one can just go right in there, and then we need something to go in here, and this one's too big, but I could cut it down. Do I have a smaller one already? Nope, so that one needs to just get cut down. Oh, thanks, ladies. So, you know, you can keep going on these. You can add ribbon, any of your leftover ribbon that you have. You can add tabs. You can add smaller tags. You can just do all of the things that make you happy in this journal. I often get asked, how do you know when your journal is done? Well, that is such a hard thing because you could keep working on the same journal forever, adding all kinds of great little details, adding some stamping and, you know, some metals and tabs. This would look really great with a tab, and I might even still do that because it's a little bit hard to move out. You could just really keep going for quite some time. I mean, we've got so many fun details in here. You could add, you know, ooh, I think I like that right there. Oh, I forgot to do one of the corners. You can keep adding your embellishments, you can keep adding ribbons, you can keep inking, you can keep layering, but at some point you have to just call it good and be ready for a new project, or you'll be bored. You know, I find when I work on the bee albums, I can just keep going forever because there's so many things. And when I first started working books, I kept thinking, I don't want to forget any of the things that I purchased for this theme. But really, it's okay because you're working usually on the book for quite a while. Some people work them really fast. I like to take my time and really make sure I get everything that I want to do in the book. And if I get to working and I think, oh, this would look really great, but I'm too tired or I'm too lazy or whatever, then I know I just need a little break. And when I come back, I'll do whatever fun thing it was that I thought I should do in the first place. So, you know, just work at your own pace, work at your own, you know, whatever is fun for you. And, yeah, when you feel like your book, also another way to know is when your book is getting really gatory and doesn't want to close, you know you're getting pretty full. So pay attention to that. It is okay to have a gatoring book. You can put closures on here. I didn't do a closure on this one. I might do a hitch post. We could always do that. Let's see, what did I do on this side? Yeah, we could put a little hitch post closure right there. But, you know, I think it's just a matter of personal preference and how long you want to work on a project. Some people like to get them done, and move on to the next one. I really enjoy bookmaking, so I just usually will take my time and do, you know, do what I like. And I think that's the whole point of it, is to just do what makes you happy. Aw, thanks, Sherry. I love making books. I really do. I'm so glad I have the opportunity to be with you all and to work on books, and that I found Kay and White Rose Crafts because there's so many beautiful papers. I just love them. And everybody's made me feel so welcome, and it's just been so great. I really, you know, most of you guys know my life kind of took a turn it's been almost 2 years, but I was in a dark place for a while because I was just forgetting all the things that I could still do. So, aw, thank you. yeah, I feel like I've been led to some really great people to have in my life. So definitely feeling very blessed for that. Okay, so some of these papers, you can just kind of fill them in if you have leftovers. But again, like I said, pay attention to the bulk of the book because it definitely gets really easy to add too much. And adding brads and eyelets is definitely something that is very steampunk-like and easy to do. So this one's a tag, like a ticket, so I don't need to do that. Ah. Yes, Kim, super fun. It's very addictive, paper crafting is. So many fun things to do. And you can see, even though this is steampunk style, I still added some lace, we added some ribbon. So this could still be a very masculine book, but it's done in a very creative way. So, could be feminine, could be masculine, could just kind of be neutral, whatever you like. I think this is a very good collection that lends itself for to be neutral and be whatever you want it to be. So that's fun. I've still got a couple of these little pieces and I wanted to figure out where to put them. Where indeed. So let's see. This guy is so funny. I just love him. He's got an umbrella. He's got all his gears. And, you could use these as like little accent pieces down here. And I think I still have like 2 pieces of paper left. No, 1. Just 1. 2. Nope, there's 2. There's the other one. So, we could still take some of this paper and decorate some of the edges. So, like I said, how do you know when you're done? Well... I feel like I am mostly done, but I do want to use a couple of these extra pieces of paper. So, and this one, I really like the design here, and you could make some little trim pieces just to put on the edges of your paper. We won't disrupt that fish. I don't know if I want a fish for this one, but anything goes with this theme and with junk journals. So whatever you like, do that. And if you don't know what you like yet, do a little bit of everything till you figure it out. That's okay. It's like the paper crafting taste test. There we go. So I just ripped this down and you can see it would just add some little flair to some of the edges of some of these papers. Now this was a piece that I used when I made some pocket notches. So that is another way to use some of your paper on the edge. I like this here. You guys are awesome. Okay, so this looks really good on my ledger paper too. I really like that, and it just adds a little something, so I'm going to go ahead and put it there. We'll just ink this white edge, and we'll glue it down. So once you get to the end, it's really cool because you can just look for little places to add a little extra details, or you can just call it done. And sometimes I go back, sometimes I'll find something and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know this is perfect for my whatever journal that I still have on the shelf. And I will open it back up and start playing with it again. But some of the ones I sell, I don't get that luxury. But that just means sometimes I have to start that same theme over again. Like I'm doing a second B journal. I already sold my other one, so super fun. So, all right, you guys, I think you see how to finish up. And, you can use your ribbons and make edges on your pockets. You can make little tabs over here and hang charms. You can hang charms from any of these little eyelet holes that we have. And, you can just keep going and add as much or as little as you like to. This little thing might be kind of fun right there just because it's like a bird cage. Or we can put the bird that was in there on here, like take flight because he's flying. That would be kind of fun. Yeah, you guys are welcome. I hope you will show us what you are doing with your junk journal kits that you are getting. and dive on in. Mine started out as just a little hamburger helper box. That was what I used as the base. And I just went from there, and there are so many goodies in that kit. You can definitely make a good sized book. I added some envelopes and some Amazon packaging paper, and then black and turquoise cardstock to mine, and a couple of these DVD envelopes to make my little shakers. But you can definitely go back and watch the replays. Ooh, there's a bee stencil on the way. Yes, I might need that one, Kay. I like to work with bees. I don't like bees. I'm allergic to bees, but I really like making bee journals. I don't know why. They're just fun and super fun to craft with. Yeah, there's lots of goodies out there. So ladies, if you haven't gotten any stencils in your collection, I usually like to add one here and there. I have built my collection over the years, but it all just starts with one stencil, and especially if they're on sale. So Kay has been so generous as to give us a code, stencil15, to use on the website. So if you need any stencils, head over there. Need stencils. But guys, I'm telling you, you won't regret getting stencils because they are super great, and you can use them again and again. And they're just like tools, you know, as long as you take care of them, and you can use them with so many different mediums. You can use them with paint, you can use them with inks, you can use them with texture paste. My favorite way to use them is with inks. I do sometimes add some texture paste, but mostly it's just with inks. So super fun. You can make your own backgrounds. You can add lots of little flares to your pages. How fun is it to just go through and real quickly add this beautiful accent to your coffee dyed paper? So yeah, yes, we need stencils. See, I'm telling you, they're so much fun to use. And you get really a good value because, you know, when you're working on a book like this, if you've got one 6x6 pad, you need to stretch it just a little bit, and a stencil can definitely help you get through in a pinch. So can, you know, add just that little pop to a page that doesn't need anything else. So, you know, you've got it torn, you've got it inked, I've got it coffee dyed, and then we added our stencil, and it's just beautiful, and it fits right into the book. So good to go. Good to go, and I'm glad to call this one just about done. I'm gonna maybe think about adding a closure and just tie up a few little loose ends, and it will be good. So, not just for journals, yeah, for cards. You can use stencils on anything. Overbuying the store cards, absolutely. Yeah, stencils are just a good tool to have in your stash because you can use them for so many things, and yes, you definitely can get your money's worth, you know, using them again and again. So, and in so many ways, you can change the colors, all that kind of stuff. So, thank you, ladies, for tuning in. Next week, we're going to be trying to finish up my Notre V book, because then in April and May, we are moving on to some more, even more beautiful paper. I have been so blessed just getting to play with some of these things, and I love everything Stamperia. So you guys are going to stay tuned for sure, because we've got some beautiful papers coming up, and more fun things that will be arriving in the White Rose Crafts website. So thanks, guys, and have a great rest of your day. I'm going to go try and get some lunch before my next live at 2:30. So I will see you guys next week. Have a really great day. And don't forget those stencils with that code.